G'day Internet, Max right here, and I've got a whole bunch of videos over. It was kind of this kind of video and something like it. David Morgan interviewed by Mike Adams on the crypto reset and ties to Epstein and Evergrande. And I haven't listened to all of it in detail, but I mean, I think I got the gist of it. So here's my comments, my thoughts on this, because I had a whole bunch of people asking me what the hell's going on with this, and is it true? So one of the things that David in here says. By the way, I know David. David's a good friend. And I respect his work a lot. One of the things he points out in here is that these days most Bitcoin is purchased on KYC and AML exchanges. Everybody's known, and addresses are known, and people who hold crypto is known, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they're going to use that as that information to catch dissidents, to like as the dollar comes under threat, as the dollar falls apart, which he and I have espoused for decades at this point, I think. They're like, yeah, they can use that information to come and attack Bitcoiners. And people are asking me for a comment on this. And I'm like, do people really not understand what the hell's happening in the world? Like, every single thing that you do that is of benefit to you or your freedoms or your neighbor's freedoms is difficult, comes with implicated threats, comes with these enormous hurdles put in front of you to make it harder and harder, to force you to give up your identity, all of these things. Every single thing you do that is obedient, non-thinking, terrible for you and terrible for society, it will be paid for, it'll be free, there's no problems, it's easy breezy, any idiot can walk in and just do it, and anyone can just do it. This is your life, and it's been your life for your entire life to date. This is the game you're in. This is the game you're playing. This is the world we live in. It's like, how do you not know that yet? I'll give you an example. If you protect your home from a horde of Antifa thugs marching through your yard, threatening to destroy it, and stand out with a front with a gun, ready to defend yourself like the McClowskys, they will put you through hell. They will take your weapons from you. They will charge you with crimes that you didn't commit. They will slander you on the news as racist and everything else. If you are a kid trying to protect your neighborhood and wash off some graffiti, and a bunch of sociopathic Antifa rapists and thugs come to bash your head in with a skateboard and shoot at you, and you defend yourself, they will make your life hell. They will charge you with murder. They will do anything. If you want to buy crypto, they will put you through the ringer, KYC, AML. It'll take weeks. It'll drive you nuts. Every single thing that you do is going to be miserable. Every single thing that you should do is going to be miserable. If it wasn't miserable, it wouldn't be worth doing. That is where every single person needs to get to. That you have to get that through your head. This is where you live now. This is the society we live in, and that's how it works. What else do I have to say about this? Likewise, if you want to resist medical tyranny, it's going to cost you your job. It's going to cost you all the things. If you want to accept medical tyranny, it's free. We'll make the idiots who work hard pay for it. Like, you have to understand, you have been at war your entire life over your freedoms. And your enemy is not so stupid as to come at everyone full force, guns blazing. They're very, very clever. They do it subtly. They do it inch by inch. They do it year by year. They do it decade by decade. And their goal is to reduce your freedoms to zero and enslave the entire planet. It's been the plan since the day you were born. And that's the game you're playing. Now, as it comes to crypto, I knew when I first bought it back in 2012, I knew that this is a threat to them. They're going to come for it. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that's going to happen. But what are the choices? The choices are to be obedient. Let me give you this example. By the way, this video also talks about social credit scores and how we're going to move to that, and that's the new currency. I have absolutely no doubt it's true. Of course it's true. I've known about it since before anyone phrased the term social credit score, since before the Chinese came up with it. Of course that's what they were going to do. That's obvious, right? And so here's the choice. You're in, 1930s Germany. Here's the thing. You can hand over your children to the Hitler Youth and you can be obedient to it. And your child will grow up and he'll have a very high social credit score and he will get a very nice, well-paying job in a soft, cushy, being a guard at Auschwitz. Right? That's one option you can hope for your child. It's going to be a very pleasant, comfortable life for him. Right? Or you can resist and not enroll your child in the Hitler Youth and defend yourself and fight and teach him the ways of freedom. Like what? And it's going to be a difficult life for him. What do you choose? Like, understand this is your choice. At every single aspect of your life, this is your choice. This is how it works. Now, here I think is a cool thing. Previous generations were forced, in order for them to defend freedom, they had to live in trenches and run at machine guns and just do the most unholy thing. Today, we live in a day where the warfare is economic. And it's beautiful in that I'm not running at bullets, not yet at least. What I'm doing is I'm getting ridiculously rich, having a good quality of life. And I know, listen, Raoul Paul talks about NFTs and the value of community and how all these things are community and blah, 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 blah. 1/3 of American citizens own Bitcoin. 1/3. I'll give another little step back here. In 1930s, it happened with 100% certainty. When the dollar fails and when the fiat currencies of the world fail, the politicians will be on TV saying we have to defend the dollar against the gold speculators, the Bitcoin speculators, and the silver speculators. We have to defend the dollar against these evil, unpatriotic people who are making you poor. You have to understand with 100% certainty that is going to happen. And they are going to try and get the rest of the country to go to war against Bitcoiners, gold holders, and everything else. Here's the good news. Our army is it's 1/3 of the country already. I didn't think we would get this far. This is extremely exciting. And this is why you don't encourage your friends to buy crypto because they're going to get rich and because you're going to get rich, although you're going to preserve your wealth and you are going to get rich. This code is taking over the financial sector of the planet. It's just hundreds of trillions of dollars worth of value. Maybe not hundreds of trillions, but trillions of dollars worth of value. It's a lot. And what you're doing it for is they're getting the community tokens in Raoul Paul's words. It doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFT, it doesn't matter. In the crypto world, Raoul calls himself a crypto maximalist. I think that's a good term for myself as well. You and your friends and anyone you encourage to get into it is getting into the token. Become part of the community. And because while you're in the community, you can't not get educated about these issues, about a broken fiat system, the theft of inflation, et cetera, et cetera. You can't not understand that if you've been in crypto for a year or two. So every time you bring someone in and bring people into the world of crypto, you're enlarging your army in this financial war that's been happening your entire life. Right? Your side of the army is getting bigger, and they are now token holders. They are card-carrying members of the Freedom Force. That is what crypto is, and that is where it's going. So you have to decide, when things get uncomfortable, for the sake of your child's easy life, do you enroll him in the Hitler Youth? Or do you say, I recognize his life and my life is going to be more difficult, our social credit score is going to go down, but I'll find a way to make the world a better place. And by orders of magnitude, nothing comes close. The most peaceful and amazing weapon in this war is Bitcoin. Nothing comes close. And what's exceptionally beautiful about it, it kind of ties in some of the principles of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. It's the responsibility of the civil disobedient is to act in a peaceful way and draw out the evil and violence of your opponent for the whole world to see. So there's you, kindly, with an open heart and graciously, except for those Bitcoin maximalist idiots who yell and scream evil at everybody. Hate those guys. But crypto, if there's you being kind and generous and being a great ambassador for cryptocurrency, teaching people about its values, what the problems that it solves is, how evil the method of inflation is, and how evil it is against to create a divided economy with very rich and very poor, And there's you coming with information, education, peaceful tactics, and enlisting an army. And it's working. And it's working very, very well. And at some point, it will come under attack. There is no doubt. But the alternative is to just line up and stick your head in the guillotine. With going back to the nonviolent philosophies of Gandhi and MLK Jr., there's you operating completely peacefully, playing with a program on the internet, right? And saving yourself, and at the same time encouraging everyone else to save themselves. When people at guns come with us, if that day actually ever comes, or if it's just, I don't know, a lesser version of that, and like we're in this, yeah. If that day comes, then the evil of your opponents is brought out for the world to see. And all we can do at that point is hope that the Bitcoin army or the cryptocurrency army is so big and so strong and so many people are invested in it that we're all out on the streets together and the sociopaths stand down. That is our best thing. And even better yet, they run out of money to pay the army and the police to come and slaughter everybody, which is the end goal. Like I'm getting dark now, but I'm telling you, this is it. They will play nice and they will permit you your limited freedoms as they dwindle year by year, so long as the trajectory is exactly as they want it. The moment we wake up, we as a people, in great enough volume, see that something is wrong, we need to do something, and we're doing that with vaccine mandate protests, we're doing that with Bitcoin. It's going to come to a head for sure. Freedom versus tyranny. And at that point, the later we start, the worse it is for us, because we've been walked down the path further and further and further, where spiritually we're less. The concept of freedom is not in our hearts like it used to be 10 years ago, 20 years, 30 years ago. Our finances have been completely drained, right? Our savings pool is gone. Our ability to feed ourselves and clothe ourselves, our production, everything gets worse the more it goes along. Our goal, as was Gandhi's role, as was Martin Luther King Jr.'s role when they did the sit-ins, when they sat in the cafeterias and just waited to not be served and would sit there all day in the Alabama cafeterias, when they sat on the buses at the front. It was all designed to provoke a response. That is what Bitcoin is. We're trying to bring this war to a head and make them come out from the shadows so that the rest of society that is asleep can wake up and come and join us for the fight. That is its purpose. And at the meantime, you're getting fabulously wealthy. Why don't I sell crypto? Why don't I sell Bitcoin? Because I don't care about the money. I make enough money in lots of my other different businesses. I care about crypto because it is the battlefront. It's the front in the war, because it forces them to come out from the shadows, be what they need to be, so the rest of the world can see it and go, I see they're evil, I see they're wrong, I see there's a relatively peaceful and easy solution out, I'm going to go buy Bitcoin too. That's why we do it, in my opinion. That's why I do it. So I hope this is helpful. Yeah, the doomsday that David Morgan's suggesting is absolutely true. It's absolutely true. And by the way, he made another video about bail-ins. Absolutely, most likely true. Bail-ins are coming. They'll just, be it inflation or bail-ins, they're just going to take money out of your bank account. Your money in your bank account will be worthless one day. I haven't sold all of mine yet. I haven't, but I'm very heavily into crypto. Vast majority of my portfolio crypto. And where David falls apart, in my opinion, I have gold and I have silver. But if I'm betting the future of humanity on either precious metals or Bitcoin, hands down it's Bitcoin and crypto. Crypto versus metals, hands down. It's not even close. Because of all the other issues, you have plausible deniability. You have the ability to cross borders with it. It's like, okay, there's a massive exodus. You're not getting anywhere. You're not flying out of the country. You're not going through the ports. You're not doing anything with a monster box of silver eagles under your arm. You're not. Forget about it. But you can go out with a Bitcoin code in your head. That is what you can do. And so, hands down, Bitcoin is the best way to fight. What I disagree, all this stuff is true, but how does it help to tell people all the scary stuff that's going to come? It's like, oh no, I don't want to, I can't buy crypto, I might go on a database somewhere and they might put me in a gulag 10 years from now. It's like the alternative is to just give away society, just cede it over, hand it over to the tyrants. This is not a solution for me. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth a fight for you. I don't know. But for me, all the doomsday talk is just not helpful. It's just doom porn, and I don't care about it. And it doesn't matter. It's going to come however it's going to come. All I can do is work on my side of the lines, prepare, enlist, and do what I do to grow the world, the spirit of freedom, the heart of freedom, and introduce the greatest tool for freedom in the history of humanity, cryptocurrencies. And that's what I do all day, every day. Whether I'm teaching my kid about the freedoms and the civics and all the things about, why freedom is important, whether it's teaching you guys about those concepts and politics, or whether it's sometimes it's appealing to greed. It's like, go buy crypto, you goose, because you're going to get rich and you're going to lose everything if you don't otherwise. Doesn't matter how I do it, every single thing I do is focused towards that. So let me know in the comments below. Does that satisfy your questions as to what's going on with this interview and what do I think about it? And by the way, it's not new. Every couple of years I do a video similar to this. Someone will make a video. It's like, oh my God, they're going to do some really bad things. It's like, yeah, of course they're going to do really bad things. That's just a given. It's absolutely known up front. But the alternative is to just get in line and slowly march towards enslavement. So I say fight now. And fight now, thank God we live in this time. Fighting now is not picking up a gun, picking up bullets. Fighting now is being strong, being financially strong, being physically strong, having some food, long-term food if they do the social credit score and start withholding food from people. All of those things, being strong, make yourself better, get ready for the fight that you've been in your whole life. Okay, take care, guys. Let me know in the comments below. Am I preaching? Am I talking nonsense? Do you agree, disagree? Am I way off base? Let me know. Smash that like button and please consider subscribing. Take care, guys. Bye.